Hey friends, welcome back to Kat's Vegan Kitchen. If you watch my recipes, you know my favorite recipes are recipes from around the world. And today's vegan dessert is inspired by Mexican hot chocolate. These vegan brownies have two secret ingredients that make them extra decadent and delicious. Let's get started. Make sure you preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then we're gonna take a 9 by 9 inch baking pan and either lightly grease it or line it with parchment paper. When I grease my pan, I like to use a plant-based butter. You don't want to use something like olive oil that has a strong flavor. Let's add all our dry ingredients to a baking bowl. 1 cup all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup cocoa powder. I like to use Dutch processed. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of cane sugar. In this recipe, I use raw cane sugar, but if you don't have it on hand, it's totally okay to use regular white sugar. I like raw cane sugar. It's a little bit less processed and it has just a little bit richer flavor, and I like the structure it gives to the baked goods as well. And 2/3 of a cup of vegan chocolate chips. You can use dark or semi-sweet. I like to use dark. Whisk that up super well so everything is really combined. Okay, it's time for our 2 secret ingredients. A little bit of ancho chili powder and a little bit of cinnamon. The ancho chili gives it a really slight spiciness, and the cinnamon gives it a warming and decadent flavor. For our secret ingredients, we're going to use 2 teaspoons of ground ancho chili powder and 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. To replace the egg in this recipe, I'm going to use arrowroot powder, which is an old school way to replace egg in vegan cooking. I love it for this recipe, but if you don't have arrowroot powder on hand, you can use any commercial egg replacer. You know I love Bob's Red Mill egg replacer. It's my favorite. It works really well in most baked goods. For arrowroot, we're going to use 1 tablespoon of arrowroot powder with 2 tablespoons of milk or water and mix it up really well to replace 1 egg. Add 1/4 cup of a plant-based milk that is not flavored or sweetened. I love to use oat milk while I'm baking. Add 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, 3 tablespoons of a melted plant-based butter, and 3 tablespoons of a neutral oil like canola or sunflower oil, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix that up really well. I'm gonna go ahead and add my wet ingredients to my dry ingredients, and I'm gonna mix them until they're just combined. I'm not gonna overmix them or use a handheld mixer. If you need more clarity on ingredients or description, remember you can always check the description below where the full written recipe is linked. Pour your brownies into a 9 by 9 inch pre-greased baking pan. You can also line it with parchment paper. Notice the batter is a thicker batter, it's not super thin. Spread it out with your spatula until it's even throughout the pan. Our final secret ingredient is some delicious raw pepitas or pumpkin seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle those right on top of my brownies. We're gonna put those in the oven and let them bake for 23 to 25 minutes. Make sure your brownies cool for about 45 minutes before you cut them. I'm a teacher and I brought these into my coworker friends because we need some sugar for the end of the year. They all gave them 2 thumbs up and none of them are vegan. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Remember, you can always find the full written recipe in the description below. And if you love this recipe, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'll see you next time on Kat's Vegan Kitchen.